Hello and welcome to the JB&M Sports Fanatic channel. Thank you guys for tuning in for this video. And so, yes, that's right. Here we are, another week 8 coming up here in the NFL season. And yeah, right now things are very interesting here. I mean, you look across the league right now, you see teams like the Cincinnati Bengals competing with the Baltimore Ravens. Obviously, the Browns one game behind them. Steelers, they're in last place in the division, but they are at 500. Big game against the Cleveland Browns there. Many questions there. You look at the Raiders and Chargers, those two teams seem to be fighting right now atop the AFC West. You've got the Titans currently right now atop the AFC South with a big game against the Indianapolis Colts here, which could cement that lead even further or give the Colts an opportunity to try to start climbing back and reach that 500 mark. We'll see how that plays out there. And obviously in the AFC East, the Bills are running away with that one so far, but the Patriots have an opportunity if they can get the upset to reach 500 for the season. Meanwhile, in the NFC, right now the Arizona Cardinals, they're still currently undefeated. Who would have thought the Cardinals at this point in the season would be 7-0 and be the last team standing? And right behind them, the Rams, one game behind them, itching to try to get that first place there. But the 49ers and Seahawks having a disappointing season so far. And then for the Buccaneers, they're starting off 6-1 right here. No surprise there. Big matchup against the Saints last year in the regular season. The Saints swept them, but the Saints also had a guy by the name of Drew Brees. And yeah, that's not the case right now. And Tom Brady was still learning the system last year. So many things to work out with that one, but they do have their key matchup, and we will get to that in a minute there. But both the Falcons and the Panthers, they're trying to play catch up here as well. And yeah, Carolina shockingly finds himself in last place, not where they thought they would be at this point in the season, given the start that they have. A lot of questions there. And then you obviously have the Packers. They're 6-1 as well, quietly 6-1. Ever since that beatdown by the Saints, they have rebounded, and they're full steam ahead right now. But a tough matchup against the Cardinals. None of their top two receivers. We'll get to that in a minute. But the Vikings, they're at 500 on the year. The Bears coming off that embarrassing loss against Tampa Bay. It wasn't the fact that they lost. It's just how they lost, really. And Detroit still trying to find their first win of the season. And obviously the Cowboys, they're taking care of business right now. And it seems like it is going to be their division right now. The Washington football team's been much a disappointment this season. A lot of injuries as well there. Eagles, they're trying to get a little bit more consistency there, along with the Giants as well. But yeah, the Cowboys seem to be front runners in that one. But that's where we are right now. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get to these games right here. That's why you clicked on the video, right? All right, so first up, I'll go in order of how they have it here. The Bengals at the Jets. Cincinnati coming off that big win on the road. Last week I said I had picked Baltimore last week, but I said I would not be shocked at all if the Bengals had the upset. And man, did they have that upset on the road here. Going down to the Jets, there's going to be no Zach Wilson. Even if there was Zach Wilson, I'm still going with the Cincinnati Bengals on this one here. I think Houday Nation, they're going to love this game, enjoy it. I think the Bengals win this one, final score being 42. I'll say Jets have about 13, 42-13 Bengals. Next up, Tennessee Titans on the road at the Indianapolis Colts. King Henry, he has been literally balling out there. If you can say that for a football player, he has been balling out there on the field, literally. And then A.J. Brown, he's coming into the zone as well. Ryan Tannehill, he seems like he's improving a little bit more and more this season. And the defense, when the offense is playing that good, it's going to help your defense out. But I know the Colts, at home, they won against the 49ers. In their last contest, but it was a bad weather there that did help them out as well. But I don't know, just going down to Indianapolis here, I feel like this could be an upset. And so, Titans, make no mistake, Titans should be favored to win this game. And so I expect most people to pick the Titans to win this game. However, historically speaking, I have seen the Colts beat a lot of Titan teams that seem pretty good. Honestly, even the year that Peyton Manning got hurt, but was there one win against the Tennessee Titans? They tend to win against the Titans, especially at home. So I'm going to go ahead and pick the Colts for the upset here. Now, I get that's not the popular pick. Totally understand and respect the Tennessee Titans. No slight whatsoever against the Tennessee Titans. In my opinion, they are the top team in that division, but I do think that that's going to be an upset here for the Colts. Could very well be wrong, but I'll go with that upset. These are my picks after all. Let's see, Steelers versus the Browns. Going down to Cleveland, Baker Mayfield seems to be getting the first team reps right now. Don't know if he's going to be playing. Don't know if Nick Chubb's going to be playing. But what I did see against the Broncos was that, they still look good regardless of who they put out there, Pittsburgh has, they've been struggling a bit this season. They're at 3-3. The Browns, they're 4-3. Obviously, the Steelers, guys like Juju Smith-Schuster being out for the rest of the season, that's big. But the Browns are just banged up here. But I think at home, I've seen enough from their backups, and I'm pretty confident that if Baker can't go, in case Keenum wants to step in, that he'll be able to do a good enough job. I'm going to go ahead and say that the Browns win this one, final score being Cleveland 20, Pittsburgh 17. That's my final score projection. They very well can understand Pittsburgh, fans expecting their team to win there because they very well could go either way. But my pick, I'm going Cleveland 20, Pittsburgh 17. Miami versus Buffalo. Oh, man, Buffalo seems to have Miami's number more than just about any other team that they play. I expect for this to be a thrashing of a victory right here for the Buffalo Bills. I'm going to go ahead and say Buffalo wins this one with the final score being Buffalo 48. Miami, I'll be generous and give them 17 here. But I don't see them scoring more than 17. So I'll say 48-17, Buffalo Bills win this one. Patriots versus Chargers. I've been very high on the Chargers all season long. I mean, I was shocked with that loss that they had with the Ravens. However, having a bye week, having time to rest up. But, I mean, it's just one of those things where I can't really explain it, guys. It's like I know the Patriots are my team, and I've been pretty, fair when it comes to this season, like choosing when they're going to win, when they're going to lose. I've been pretty spot on with their projections in terms of wins and losses here. But I got a feeling. I just got a feeling that the Patriots offense right now, they're on the verge of actually putting it together. And I've seen the improvement over the last couple of weeks. They played the Cowboys really tough, took them to overtime. We saw how against Tampa Bay they lost due to the missed field goal there. I'm thinking that the Patriots defense will give Justin Herbert a more difficult time. And I don't know, something tells me the Patriots are going to find a way to win this one. I'm going to go Patriots win this one with a final score being Patriots 31, Chargers 27. I think somehow, some way, the Patriots finally win a close game in a big game this season, and this is the game that sparks what little sparks they have for this season, if any at all, So, again, I understand the Chargers should be favorites, certainly understand that. But, yeah, I'm going with the Patriots here for the upset. All right, Rams versus Texans. No need to discuss that one. Davis Mills and company, yeah, they're not going to get it done. The Rams win this one, final score being Rams. I'm going to say Rams score 34. Texans, I'm going to say Texans get about 12 points. So 34-12. All right. Jacksonville Jaguars going on the road to the Seattle Seahawks. Now, Geno Smith, he's looking to try to get that first win for the Seahawks. What they showed me the last game is that they've regressed in their play calling because they have no faith in Geno for whatever reason that is. And so obviously they kept trying to run into a brick wall, did not like that. I think this is a great opportunity for the Jaguars here to try to get that win. Trevor Lawrence and company, they're playing with a little bit more confidence here. So I think on the road, it's not going to be easy going down there to Seattle, but, given the injuries and stuff, and then the play calling, I'm going to go ahead and say the Jaguars find a way to just win this game. I'm going to say Jaguars win it. Final score being, I'm going to go 22-20. Jaguars 22-20. And so, I could very well see Seattle winning this one, but I don't know. They're showing me that they're regressing in their confidence in Geno. And, yeah, so I think this favors the Jaguars in that scenario. Washington football team versus the Denver Broncos. I've been coming into the season, I thought the Washington football team was going to be the team in the division. I was wrong. I'll admit that. But going on the road here to the Denver Broncos, here, Teddy Bridgewater and company off that embarrassing loss, which they couldn't stop anybody. Couldn't stop anybody on the Browns last game. That has me concerned here. I think I'm going to go Washington football team here. I was going to go Broncos at home, but just knowing that last game there, I'm going to go Washington football team wins it, final score being 24-21 on the road. So let's see. Giants at the Chiefs. This is a game, an opportunity for the Chiefs to try to get their season back in order. I know it's been spiraling right now. So I'm going to go ahead and pick the Kansas City Chiefs to win this one over the Giants. I'm going to say final score being Kansas City. I'm going to give Kansas City 34 points, and I'm going to give the Giants about 27, 34-27. Both teams' defenses, it's going to come down to which defense can play better. I might give this one to the Chiefs here. All right, so here we go. Thursday night football. Packers, Cardinals. 6-1 Green Bay on the road at the Arizona Cardinals. Arizona Cardinals just finding out about J.J. Watt. Seems like they lost him for the season. As for the Packers, obviously they're going to be without their top two receiving weapons. So if you're someone in fantasy football looking for a receiver, hey, maybe you look at Randall Cobb for tonight. Who knows? But in this one right here, I'm going to go ahead and say the Cardinals win this one with the final score being 33-20. I think the greatness of the Aarons in this one, Aaron Rodgers, Aaron Jones, they still find a way to get about 20, maybe even 23 points. But the Cardinals ultimately win it at home, as those, being without those two receivers ultimately cost them an opportunity in this one. Speaking of opportunity, Detroit's looking for an opportunity to get their first win of the season. I mean, we remember against Baltimore where they lost thanks to Baltimore hitting that game-winning field goal and stuff. So this would be a good opportunity for Detroit to come out here and win. However, I think the Eagles win this game, though. I just can't. I don't think this is the week here, Detroit. But you're getting closer. But I think the Eagles find a way to go out there and win this game. Final score being Eagles 28, Detroit 19. All right, Panthers versus Falcons. And so two teams, trying to see who can elevate themselves and not be the team that's last place in the division. This is a great opportunity for both of these teams right now. Kyle Pitts, he's coming into his own there for the Falcons, and honestly, going down to Atlanta here, Carolina has to win this one. I mean, I don't know the status of Stephon Gilmore, if he's going to be playing or not, but I feel like this is a must-win for Carolina. So I'm going to go ahead and give Carolina one more chance to prove to me that they can continue what they started at the beginning of the season. I'm going to go Carolina wins this one. Final score being 20. I'm going to say 23 to – I'm going to go 23-20 in this one, 23-20. Carolina over the Falcons. All right, 49ers on the road at the Bears here. Oh, man, after that last performance by both of these teams, like right now, I mean, 49ers got a lot going on, but I do think the Bears defense can probably negate the 49ers offense. And then Justin Fields, he's going to play much better than he did against Tampa Bay, because they're going to be able to run the ball a lot more in that game as well, and hopefully not asking to do as much. This is going to be a tough one right here to pick, but I'm going to go Chicago wins this one. Final score being Chicago 19, San Francisco 13, 19-13. All right, Buccaneers. I mean, Tom Brady, only quarterback in history to have 600 passing touchdowns. Going against the Saints, the team that last year he ended their season, but in the regular season, they swept him. Going down to New Orleans, we're talking about a revenge game for famous Jameis, Alvin Kamara and company, those guys. I think at home here against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Tampa Bay should win this game. Tampa Bay most likely wins this game. These teams play 100 times. Tampa Bay is probably going to win maybe right now, probably about 92% of those games, honestly. But I think this presents an upset opportunity. I know that this is one of those games where it's quick to overlook the Saints here. But if Jameis comes out here and he's actually able to connect on some of these deep balls and he protects the football, he's going to want this game a lot. It presents an opportunity for the Saints to pull a huge upset here against the Buccaneers. But will it happen? Will it happen? That's the question that I've been asking myself. Will it happen? I think they fall just short of making that happen. I think Tampa Bay wins this one 28-23. Cowboys at the Vikings. And so, I mean, Vikings, obviously having a healthy Dalvin Cook, that's good for them. We know with Justin Jefferson, what he brings to the table versus this Cowboys team. I think this is going to be a good, close one that goes all the way down to the end. But I'm going to pick the Vikings here. I know the Cowboys should be favorites here, as they really should be. They're the better team, in my opinion. But I'm going to go Vikings here at home with the upset 26-24. And there you have it, guys. Those are my picks for this week. And so do keep in mind, I understand that there's a couple games that a couple of you may not be too fond of my picks. Certainly understand the Titans. They very well could beat the Colts here. That very well could happen. The Chargers, they very well should beat the Patriots here. But I'm choosing an upset there. The Steelers, they could also beat the Browns. That's another one that I'll go ahead and point out. Seahawks as well. They could beat the Jaguars. Broncos, Washington football team, that was really a toss-up for me either way. Would not be shocked if the 49ers did beat the Bears here, just depending on which team shows up. But yeah, watch out for the Saints here. That could be an upset and a lot closer than a lot of people will give that credit for. Obviously, the Cowboys, they very well could beat the Vikings as well. But yeah, these are my final picks here. So yeah, go ahead and make sure that you guys do tell me which teams you guys have winning this week. Of course, want to hear from you guys as well. Remember, like these are my picks here. So I understand there's some upsets here that, if you're a fan of these teams, mean no disrespect whatsoever when it comes to your teams. I'm just picking my games who I think are going to win. And hey, let's see how things play out. That's the beauty of football. You think you know it until you don't. And so let's see what happens out there on Sunday, Thursday, Monday, all those football games. But with that being said, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Make sure you smash the thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel. Really appreciate you guys and all the support. And see you guys next video.